with Dean Brockman, the head coach and director of hockey operations for the Swift Current Broncos. Dean, appreciate you doing this today. We've got the 2020 WHL Bantam Draft in the books here. You look back on what you and your scouting team were able to accomplish last week. How do you feel about how the draft went?
Yeah, I feel really good. I think, we got a lot of guys in situations or places that we thought they might be. And, I think I was really happy with, our scouts and especially our coaches in times when I got out to watch the guys and watch the players. So, yeah, we had a good day. I think, I guess only time will tell if it's going to be a great one, but we feel really good about it.
Now, Brady Burney is your first-round pick. You get him 21st overall. What can you tell me about his game that really stands out to you and, really excites your group about him?
Well, with Brady, his skill set, his demeanor, the way he plays the game. We like those, high energy guys with great skill, and he thinks the game really well. And it's just a real compliment to Wardo that we got last year. And I think, Brady, every time I watch, he just got better. And him and Naremba had some great chemistry. Certainly for us to pass on a player like him, would have been tough for us. So, we really like the pick there because, of his exceptional skill for sure.
Now, from what we've been hearing, this was, as deep a draft as we've seen in quite some time. And, you're able to make 11 picks on Wednesday. So, is there anything in particular that stands out to you about some of those later rounds or anything that you're really excited about that came beyond round one?
Well, I think for us, it was just the amount of picks in the areas that we had them. I think, we had 10 picks. I guess we traded one away, but we had 9 picks in the first 5 rounds. We knew, for us to reset this thing, we needed a lot of prospects, and there was a lot of opportunity there. And for us, with the deep pool being in Saskatchewan, it was great to get those Saskatchewan kids. Certainly, we're not going to leave the Manitoba kids out either. I thought in the spots that we got them with, we felt very comfortable, and there's a lot of upside to those guys as well. And then with our BC pick, our only one, Roach was a goalie we just couldn't pass on at that particular time. And, we know we've got Reed Dick ready to go, but here's a great option to have as well. So for us, we felt really comfortable with all the picks, and we think they can all play and hopefully be a big part of the Bronco organization.
You make mention of your Manitoba picks, and that was something that kind of jumped out to me. 3 picks from the Winnipeg Monarchs. What is it about that program or those players that, grabbed your attention, I guess?
Well, for us, a little bit of it was the connection. And on draft day, you don't plan those things out. It kind of fell into place a little bit for us. And when you can kind of have that connection within the group, maybe they all play Fortnite together already. I'm not even particularly sure. But when you can have that connection and it just kind of worked that way. And, familiarity is a big thing. I think when they come to camp now, they're going to be certainly more familiar or more at ease, coming maybe less nervous. We just think the connection was a great thing, and the program did a great job this year. It goes without saying when you have 3 players like that and possibly more, they obviously are doing something right.
Now, the Bantam Draft is one day on the calendar. There's a lot that goes into it on the front end, and there's still a lot of work to be done once you come out the other end of the Bantam Draft. So what's next on the calendar for you and your hockey operations staff as we progress through the rest of the offseason here?
Well, again, I think we're going to continue to try and sign some of our 04s. I think we felt we had a good 04 draft as well, and there's a lot of really good players in there. And they've kind of set the tone, as far as how we were able to draft this year as well. So, we thought the 05s complemented the 04s. So we're going to continue to recruit those guys. The 04s are really important to us. And, the 05s, we're going to get after them right away. We think a lot of them are really good people, and we want to get their families aboard for sure.
All right, last question I'll ask you here, and I've asked all the GMs this, and I think it's an important one. Obviously, the Bantam Draft is a big day. It can be a high-pressure day for players, families, and for clubs. But, there's a lot to be done following the draft and a lot of perspective to keep, I guess. So, what kind of positive message would you have for players and families coming out of the WHL Bantam Draft?
Well, I think, coming out of the Western Hockey League or playing in this league provides so many opportunities for players, either to go to college if they choose that route, pro. And it's not only what you get on the ice, it's what you get off the ice. There's so many great communities. There's so many great bonds. There's so many things to be accomplished as a person. So I think, in saying all that, to sum it all up, it's a great place to play, but it's a great place to develop character. And certainly I think every team is proud of what they do, and it's such a great opportunity. And it should also be a rewarding thing for these players as well.